Gunline. We got a fire mission coming down, y'all. I'm your host, Lopez, and you're listening to the On the Gunline podcast where I shoot the shit like we would out in the field. In between them trails, under the net, or if you were mechanized and a fat body like I am now, inside of your goddamn paladin. With that said, I hope everybody's just hanging out, having a good time. It's a gloomy as rainy day here in San Antonio. Thank God it's raining because goddamn, it's been rough out here, y'all. I mean, to the point where my grass, I was watering it damn near every motherfucking day, y'all. It's turning brown on me. I take pride in my lawn, kind of. But yeah, thank y'all for listening to me. If this is your first time coming over here, thank you. Welcome. Like, subscribe. Make sure y'all go check out onthegunline.com. That's where you'll find some of the merch. I got some pretty cool shirts there and shit. Artillery minded focused. Hoping you guys give it at least a look. And with that said, let's kick the shit off, man. Straight up. So that when was it? Mm, yesterday. Yesterday I went on TikTok and went ahead and asked a in-depth, hard-hitting question, fucking thought-provoking, if you will. And it was specified for the females, and it was did you guys like to play a little DJ on yourself in the Porter Johns like we would out in the field or on deployment? I got some feedback, not much from the females. Only two females reached out and said no, not just no, but hell no. That one said that nope, they would do it in the tent in their whoopee, and the other one didn't mention where, but just said no, but hell no. They avoided the porter shitters at all costs. Unfortunately, some of us we couldn't. We had to do what we had to do because we're men, and we like to beat our meat. So with that, dude, I was talking to one of my homeboys yesterday and had this discussion with him, and he was like, "Yeah, I don't think females have as much as a problem with that as we did because, man, we're pretty much horny all the fucking time." And we would take out our nice little porno magazines out there and take a nice little walk out to the Porter John, open up your IBA because that's where you would stash your fucking porno mag and just get to jerking. Now, remember, this is the time before we had all this high speed fucking technology in our hand. So we still had to take magazines. And if you didn't have a magazine, you always had some beautiful art on the Porter John walls. God damn, those guys were fucking Picassos on there, bro. They were Porter John Picassos. The detail that they would put in some of those, the JJs, crazy. I mean, it just made you feel like you were up in there. Granted, there was a poop pyramid under you, and you're hoping not to get stung by a spider or something. God damn. Good times, man. Good times. I had one dude reach out on the TikTok telling me that he's been doing it for 28 years. I'm guessing the military thing for 28 years. He says he's a sex addict and that he not once, never in his time, rubbed one out in the Porter John. I call bullshit on that. I call bullshit. I mean, either that or you must have had a cushy ass job where you didn't have a Porter John to use. You probably had a nice little bathroom, a latrine per se, or, just somewhere where you had privacy. Some of us didn't have that luxury, especially on deployment. On deployment, I'll tell you what, while we're on deployment, you had two spots where you can rub one out. That was either the shower, where you'd be able to make some squid babies and leave them there in a motherfucking in the drain. Hopefully they wash out, kicking it with your goddamn flip flops, or the porter shitter, where you would go, you rest your weapon on the side, and you would think about either that fine ass terp that was out there that you saw. We used to have this fine ass terp back in Iraq, back in 0506. Her name was Jenny. That's what she would go by. She was Syrian. Damn, she was fine. She had some big old biddies. I mean, she was fine for deployment standards, and she had a big old booty. But her face, that wasn't that much. It wasn't that ugly as fuck. But just saying, you would go and you would fucking rub one out to her, and yeah, make those knuckle babies, and you know, Get that poop under you pregnant. We had one dude. All right, I'm gonna drop his name. I don't give a fuck. You may know him if you've been listening to the podcast for a while. You may know him as the rat face fuck, also known as Wilson. This dude had no shame. He would fucking rub one out literally in our room. Now, the way our rooms were set up, we had wall lockers that we would set up, and then we'll put a poncho to separate, make kind of like a door. So you had your wall locker, your bed, and then put a poncho up, or you put cardboard just to divide shit up, right? Well, unfortunately, it wasn't enough to keep the sound of the neighbor, doing his little thing, and the smell. This dude literally beat off about 3 times a fucking day, and you could smell it, bro. It was just nasty, like ugh, like Vermunda cheese or some shit. It was just disgusting, yo. And that's why you would just rather do that in a porter shitter. I'd rather go rub one out in a porter shitter with the smell of that stench than with the stench of Wilson's fucking ugh. The smell that he gave off when he would be rubbing this one out. That's just nasty, man. At least give a warning, give a heads up. And I'll tell you why I stopped rubbing one out in the motherfucking in the room. One time I was, doing my dizzle as Sergeant Luga back then said. I was doing my thing. I was doing watching a little bit of stuff on our slow ass interwebs, and all I heard was Sergeant Maui walked in, and he opened up the poncho, and he sees me mid stroke, baby, and I look back, and he's like, "Whoa, what the fuck?" And he turned back around, and they were like, "Whoa, whoa, what's Lopez doing? What's doing?" And like, "Oh, Lopez good. Lopez just doing his dizzle, just doing his dizzle. What can you do, man? I was." It's casualties of war, baby. What the fuck? Yeah, this podcast is very rated X today, I guess. But on the real side, this is the shit we talk about out there on the line, man. Y'all know this. Don't act like this ain't shit y'all don't talk about, bro. Dude. But I do want to move on to a different subject real quick, y'all. I was having a conversation, like I said, with my homeboy yesterday, and normally I don't like to talk politics or shit like that, especially on the podcast, because I'm not a very well-versed person in politics. I just tell you how I feel about things. You know what I mean? And if you agree with me, cool. And if you don't agree with me, cool. I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But so I think there was a reason that I stopped watching the news, and it was mainly because all it did was just tell me dumb shit that was going on in the world that I didn't care about, and just brought me down even more. And it's still happening. I mean, nothing's changed. I happen to start watching the news on the same day that McCarthy gets voted out. And sure enough, I started by watching the press report, the press briefing before all that shit happened. And they were talking about Ukraine, bro. I'm so fucking tired of fucking Ukraine. I really am. All this money and shit that they're spending over there, it bugs the fuck out of me because that could be money that we could be putting here towards our veterans, towards our fucking people here. You know what I'm saying? Not just the vets. I'm about homeless people in general, mental health. Fucking instead of sending that money out there to try to support a fucking proxy war that we have nothing to do with, how about we fucking spend that money on something more along like research of how mushrooms and these psychedelics help veterans. I have a lot of fucking people that I know that do shrooms and they it keeps them more grounded. You know what I'm saying? It helps them deal with their feelings or emotions, if you will. And I know, we're some manly men that we don't like to talk about that shit. But at the end of the day, we got to be real, bro, because it's not just you that's suffering; it's also those around you. And if it was up to me, I wish I could start microdosing. I had a old gunnery sergeant. Well, in the field artillery world, gunny is a position, not a rank. All right, it's a position. So it's not like the Corps that gunnery sergeant is a E7. Over here in the field artillery world in the Army, we have a gunnery sergeant. He's basically the assistant platoon sergeant. All right, it's a position. And anywho, so I had a gunny who was talking to me about microdosing a couple years back, and also one of my buddies, he's been on here and we talked about shrooms and how they've benefited from it. And I've had another dude who's talked to me about it as well on here in the comments, telling me that he microdoses and how it does well for them. So my question is to you guys out there, to any veterans out there, if you guys have microdosed or if you're taking shrooms, like, have you seen the benefits to them? I mean, better than fucking taking these goddamn pills that honestly I just call them my anti-asshole pills because all it does honestly is just keep me at a point where I guess I'm mellow. But if I miss one motherfucking day, bro, those withdrawals, it's over. It's fucking over, man. So I'd rather them spend money on research like that than fucking send it out to a goddamn country that we have no business supporting in this fucking war. I was talking to one of my neighbors yesterday. He was walking by and we started talking about the Ukraine shit and all that. And I told him I don't get it why we're doing it. And he's like, well, because they're trying to stop the spread of Russia, and keep it over there in Europe before it comes over here. And I think to myself, just common sense here. Europe is a pretty big fucking continent, and then we got a big ass ocean in between. So it's not like we really have any worry from Russia coming over to invade us. You know what I'm saying? And let's be real, nuclear wise, I don't fucking see Russia doing it. They might threaten it, but what are they gonna do? Are they really gonna use it? I mean, what's the purpose of fucking using nuclear technology if you know there's not gonna be anything to conquer afterwards? I mean, look how well that worked out for Chernobyl and their motherfucking little nuclear catastrophe. You know what I'm saying? So I think that we need to get the fuck out of the business of Europe. And if we come to find out that Russia said, hey, check this out, y'all. We won't invade Ukraine if y'all stop spreading out NATO and we just keep that little buffer zone. And we said no. We said no. So in a way, we kind of, just said we're gonna fight you for this, dude. It's retarded, bro. And it's not like Europe doesn't have all these other fucking countries there. France is there. You got Britain there, Germany, Poland, all those fucking Baltic fucking region, all that shit, the Mediterranean area. Dude, let them help Ukraine out. It's not our business, y'all. Stop letting these motherfuckers pump this fear in you saying, oh, yeah, we're trying to stop the spread. No, they're not, man. They're just fucking trying to keep this war machine going, war machine going, war machine going. You know, I get it. It's good to have a strong military. I'm a fucking veteran. I'm always going to love my military. But we keep it for ourselves in the case we need to use it for our national security. What's going on over there? It's not fucking hurting our security. Anywho, it's just aggravating to me. And if y'all think I'm wrong, let me know, man. Let me know what your thoughts are. Put them in the comments. If you got me on the socials, hit me up in the DMs. And if not, just go to onthegunline@gmail.com. And I'd love to read what y'all have to say, man. What do you guys think of this whole Ukraine thing? Email me onthegunline@gmail.com. I'll keep it anonymous. I won't say no names out. You know what I mean? Especially for those that are like active duty and stuff like that. I will not do anything uh to put your career in jeopardy. All right. I'm not like that. And also let me tell you, if you guys want to come down, chop it up with me, hit me up. We could do it over Zooms. That's the wonderful thing about Zoom that, we could just chop it up here on the gun line style through Zoom. And if you're in San Antonio, hit me up and we can link up here at Black Rifle and chop it up. Like I said, they got that little couch right there, man. I'm really gonna have to start fucking coming over here and doing this. I actually enjoy the vibe over here. And now is it like Green Beans was? Nah, it's not like that, but it's still it ain't Starbucks. I ain't trying to see them motherfucking pussy ass hipsters. Mm. Anywho, with that being said, y'all, that's all I pretty much had for today. I hope y'all enjoyed this recording. I hope y'all enjoyed this podcast. I'm enjoying my good old Black Rifle coffee. It's good. Not gonna lie, it's good. The kolaches are better, I mean, the kolaches are fucking great. The kolaches here are fucking great. The burrito, that could be better. So coffee good, kolaches great, but their burrito grande, y'all need to work on that one, baby. Y'all need to work on that, especially being in a fucking Mexican city. That's like going down south and getting some fucked up cracklings. You know what I'm saying? It's just wouldn't be right. Or getting some raggedy ass Kraft macaroni and cheese if you eat some soul food. That's how I feel about being in San Antonio and eating a fucked up burrito or getting a shitty ass taco. You know what I'm saying? That's like Taco Bell status. Come on, Black Rifle. I know you better than that. Anywho, with that being said, y'all, I gotta head out to the mall, go handle some business over there. Then I gotta go back to the house and check on my axolotls. And yeah, y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. It's just a quick one. Uh, make sure y'all go out and go to onthegunline.com. Check out the merch right there. There's a fucking link to the support store. And then also make sure y'all go support our co-host Lee Hunt, who just dropped his book out, The Black Web, under his pen name, which is Michael Virgo. So y'all make sure y'all go check that out. And also make sure you support friend of the pod, Forrest Job, who has a book out as well called Red Leg Volume 1. And I'm still waiting for that to come in so that I can go ahead and give that a look and review it. I'm waiting for Hunt to come down. Hopefully he'll be on here next week and we'll discuss that. Also, I'll be doing a Halloween episode on the podcast with Holguin. We're gonna be telling some of our ghost stories, spooking it up. So if y'all got any fucking horror stories or any ghost stories from the from your past, hit me up, man. I'd love to read them out here on the gun line. And again, on the gunline at gmail.com. I'd love to hear it. I'm on the social media, so you can find me on Facebook, you can find it on Instagram, you can find me on Twitter, which I don't even know how to use. Twitter and TikTok. Just on the gun line or on the gunline podcast. If you go to onthegunline.com, it has the links. If you go onto my link tree on the TikTok, it has the links. I don't know how none of this shit works. I'm a 13 Bravo. There's a reason that I wasn't FDC. All right. I pull string, go boom. So with that being said, y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. Make sure you like, subscribe, and catch y'all on the gun line. Rounds complete. And the mission, gun line out. March order.